the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
Good times and good vibes yesterday. Bill was feeling them last night. And now down 3-0, the top of the sixth, to San Diego. You know, you don't feel as good, Bill. You don't feel as good when you get into this postseason baseball and this is going on.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It was for us yesterday. Well, it wasn't sunshine and rainbows at the beginning. We were both down 1-0 through about 7 innings,
right.
And then it got pretty.
Well, that's a good point. It's only the sixth inning. Cubs were down at this point in the game yesterday, but only by a run. Today they're down by 3 runs. I watched a good bit of your Yanks Sox last night. I didn't think
it was a great pitcher's duel.
It was a fantastic pitcher's duel, but I mean, it just seemed quiet for postseason baseball. If that game, like Wrigley was loud yesterday, it's so loud they had to turn the volume down on a home run because ESPN's production stinks. But is it that quiet? I guess it is in Yankee Stadium that quiet, where if they were in Fenway, it would be more rabid. Am I wrong on that?
So it's loud at Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium is massive, and the loud parts are not near home plate. So a lot of times those crowd mics that they have are right behind home plate, so they can pick up the umpire, pick up the crack of the bat, pick up the pop of the mitt. And
Fox used to put a microphone in the bases, so that's when somebody would steal a base or slide into a bag, you'd hear that amplified somebody sliding in.
Yeah, which was great. And I think the problem is with Yankee Stadium, right field is where they're rowdy. There is other parts that are loud, but it's just so white collar right behind home plate and not very blue collar behind home plate. Therefore, it's partly that. I think it's partly ESPN. I mean, I've been to Yankee Stadium for Sox Yankees regular season games, Sunday night baseball, and it's been pretty loud. So,
okay. All right, a lot to get into today. Let's do the top 5 at 5, shall we?
This may very well be our last mission. Let's make it count.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
It's impossible.
Now some stories you may have heard.
Ready?
Or catch it for the first time. This is your 5 at 5 with the P-Man.
Joining us, the men are coming off a big victory. The women have a tournament coming up. And Kevin has a golfer that has won 2 in a row. On his squad, 2 individual tournaments in a row, which is tough to do. Pilk, you know this.
Yeah.
It's tough to win in golf.
it is.
To win,
I wouldn't know. I've never won in golf.
In golf, yeah, that'll be very, very challenging to do. So that's coming up.
Number 1.
All right,
Volleyball looks to bounce back after a tough weekend. They travel down to play arch rival Charlotte tonight at 6 on the Plus.
I'll be calling the game tomorrow Sunday for the Pirates on ESPN Plus.
Is that Tulane?
When they host the Tulane Green Wave. Now, as I sit here and look at that, East Carolina got off to a fantastic start. It may have even been a record start, Pilk. And they've now dropped 4 matches in a row against some pretty good competition. And I think maybe, again, we've talked about it a little bit, a lack of explosiveness, a lack of offensive firepower, perhaps a little bit of a lack of depth could be catching up with them against some quality teams. Now, they have played all of these matches away from home during this 4-game slide, the schneid that they're on. If there's any chance to get off of it, I think it would be Charlotte. But look, you know this as well as I do. Charlotte gets very, very fired up whenever they play East Carolina in anything. And I would expect the same tonight.
Yeah, they do. And, but I do think that this is the worst team East Carolina's seen since beginning of that 5-game slide, right? Kansas State's a ranked program. It's tough to win on the road in Chapel Hill. You get down to Florida, Sunshine State, both FAU, South Florida projected to be top of the league. So you unfortunately haven't, gone up and beat anybody that you need to beat to be a true contender. But the good thing is you haven't beaten anybody or lost anybody who's really less than you. Project wise, and you got to win this one tonight
against Liberty.
Liberty's a good team. They do a great job investing in all athletics, especially their women's sports. So
right. So you're right. Got to win tonight. Got to win tonight. That's just win, baby. Just win.
Number 2.
Well, a lot of injuries around the world of football. It's been just tweeted out that the Niners tomorrow night. No Purdy, no Pearsall, no Jennings. Panthers had to put David Moore on the IR. Obviously broke his arm. That was pretty gruesome. Yep. Chandler Zavala as well. And John Gruden talked about how all these injuries are. And Patrick, I just realized we haven't listened to this. This is on Barstool. Can we play this? Did you listen to the whole thing? Because Gruden...
I did. You might want to have your finger on the dump button.
Okay. Well...
This is why I was hoping... They can review it before we...
Okay.
I don't think there was anything,
all right.
But I did see it early this morning.
Still groggy from last night's celebration.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying I can't remember what happened 15 minutes ago, Pilk, let alone what happened in the AM. So have your finger hover over the dump button, unless they could preview it and we come back to it at number 5.
Yeah, let's maybe have. They can go in another room. Do you mind going into the room and pulling this up? I feel more comfortable with that. I'm sorry. That was on me. Yeah. All right. Thanks to Marco.
Okay.
Yeah. Any room. Pick a room. Actually, go back to the 94.3 studio. Yeah. All righty.
In fact, have him record it.
Yeah, go ahead and record it in there.
Something edit out, and then we'll do it that way. All right. Back to number 2.
Number 2.
Like yesterday, so nice, we had to do it twice.
All righty. The Cubs. Matt Shaw was mad that Gary Cohen decided to attend Charlie Kirk's funeral and miss one baseball game and asked to be a healthy scratch. That was talked about earlier today. Is this Boomer Esiason, and who's the other guy, PJ?
Boomer and Gio. I don't know Gio's full name necessarily. I thought it was in what I sent.
It might be, but I've already recorded it, so I didn't.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if it says here. Greg Giannotti.
All right.
Greg Giannotti.
So
Boomer and Gio, which I think is this CBS Sports Network radio
it is, yeah.
offering in the morning.
All right, so here we go.
I quite frankly didn't like his commentary, and I'm not going to now dislike Gary Cohen over it. He's a great broadcaster. He's been a part of my life for a long time. I thought it was completely unnecessary, and it just felt like Gary Cohen's whole life is baseball, and baseball is a very serious thing for him. But Matt Shaw saw his friend get shot and killed, got shot in the neck in front of his family, and his wife requested that he be there. And Gary Cohen's got a problem with that because the Cubs are in a pennant race?
So the Cubs were not in the pennant race. They'd already clinched the wild card.
Yeah.
If not, they were ahead enough where they were going to clinch a wild card spot. This was also 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Cohen, who also accused the Marlins of when they beat the Mets as their World Series of the final season, eliminating the putrid Metropolitans from the race and from the postseason. That the other part of that clip you didn't play, and Boomer's side. I mean, but Cohen entered the discussion as far as politics go when he went there, and this is. I don't know anything about Gary Cohen other than he's the New York Mets announcer. I would guess if you feel compelled to make this kind of statement, then politics are on your mind. Here's the other thing that was said by Gio in that cut. Let's say that it was not Charlie Kirk, who was a political figure. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. A renowned national political figure. But let's just say it was,
An actor, just a random actor.
well, not even
Who's
an
friends
actor,
with?
an unknown friend.
Okay, yeah.
An unknown friend, somebody you're friends with that dies in such a tragic, gruesome way. And then the wife has said, or the spouse has said, "Hey, we really would like to have you." You would go. Would Gary Cohn give a flip about that?
No, he wouldn't. That's the thing. I mean, look, I get they went on to say later this is not part of the MLB's exempt list, where they're gonna be able to activate another player. Look, you got 26. The Cubs let him go. Cubs let him go. You've got 5 guys now that sit the bench every day, 4 guys, whatever. So he's just one of those guys. His friend passed away. Don't make it about politics. He went to a funeral. Yeah,
pass away.
That's true. He was murdered. And but even if the guy died of cancer, let him go to the funeral. Let him be there for the family. Who are you to tell him he can't go be there for some guy's family? Regardless how he died.
I'd be curious to know how many games Cohn does now.
I have no idea.
Because, some of that's contractually dictated, but a lot of it now, you'll have guys that'll take weekends off.
Yeah.
As major league announcers, and that used to never happen.
Mm-mm. You wanted a vacation, you went between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
3.
Snedeker out as Braves manager after a tough year. Or Snitker. I said it wrong.
Snicker, yes. I was trying to figure out where you were going there. With Snickers, it really satisfies. No, he won a World Series. They've not been the same since that World Series year. And they have a lot of money invested in Atlanta.
No.
So, I thought he had a classy press conference today. He got emotional. Guy managed in the bigs for 10 years. And he, I was with, I guess, the Bulls for a number of years as their manager.
Oh, the Durham,
yeah. Yeah, Durham Bulls. So a lot of people got to know him at that grassroots level of baseball. A lot of people that I know really well and respect. And, just talked about what a great human being he is. Look, the guy, I'm sure, made more money than he probably ever dreamed he'd make. And I would think if he wants another job somewhere in baseball, he would have the opportunity to have another job because he does have something that the majority of guys out there managing don't have, a World Series ring.
He does. And look, there's going to be a lot of teams looking for managers, right? There's already been a handful of firings. There were 3 in-season firings. So those teams, by default, I think we're up to 9 or 10 total open jobs. Obviously won't be, getting the Braves job. But, look, I guess he's going to have to try and duke Pujols out for the Angels job. I don't know if anybody saw that, but Pujols interviewer is interested in managing the Angels.
I think that'd be great. Why not let him?
Has he ever been a coach, though? Has he ever? He's going to have to put the right cast around him because I don't know if he's ever been.
What do you have to lose if you're the Angels and you are, I wouldn't even say second in that L.A. market because the Dodgers fans probably pay more attention to what the Giants are doing because they hate them so much.
Yeah.
Or they pay more attention to what the Padres are doing because they're right down the coast and you probably have in the southern part of Los Angeles and Los Angeles County and other parts. You probably have a few.
Yeah, Padre fan. Oh, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to make a splash if you're there in the second biggest media market in the world. This was also talked about on Dan Patrick recently, and that is how much of, the great player for the Angels, Bill.
Trout.
How much of Mike Trout, think about the majority of Mike Trout's career. How much of it have you been able to watch? Very little. They're irrelevant.
When they're playing the Red Sox, I watch them.
That's it.
4.
Real quick, if he wouldn't have if he would have went to college, came to East Carolina where he committed, he would have got drafted by the Angels.
He's had a great career. No, he's fantastic. It's just nobody ever gets to see him. That's the unfortunate part.
4.
All right, live MLB scores. They're going to game 3 tomorrow. Our guy Jim Zoki's Cleveland Guardians, 6-1 victors over the Tigers. So that's game 3 tomorrow, 1 o'clock in Cleveland. Right now,
empty seats again today in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I wonder if they will have a bigger crowd tomorrow.
Yeah.
I hope they will.
It's only like 25,000 something. And currently, as we speak, I just won't mention it for the sake of Patrick's.
Oh, I will.
saying it.
Top 7, Padres batting and leading 3-0 over the Cubby Bears. I told you this thing was going 3.
You did?
Tonight at 6, Pilk's Sox go for the series win in New York. Not
Ain't happening.
Pilk?
Not happening.
Okay.
No. A lot of good lefties. Bayo's going to get shelled. Yankees are going to win 6-2.
All right, and then the Dodgers, after a 10-5 win last night, host the Red Stockings again tonight at 9.
Oh, that'll get closed out.
Yeah, that will get closed out tonight. All
Poor
right,
Tito.
do we have to cut?
No, DeMarco's not back. Might need Cecilia to go see if DeMarco is.
Well, we can always paraphrase what's going on.
5.
All right. So, paraphrase what Gruden said, I guess.
Essentially, Gruden was saying on this podcast, we don't have contact. We don't have full pads because of collective bargaining. The practices are shorter, and so guys aren't out there, getting some of that muscle memory, aren't performing as such, and they wind up, as a result, in Gruden's opinion, getting injured. Do we have it?
Yeah, we've got it. He said he listened to it and he said it's cleared. It's good. All right, here we go.
I thought it was, but we're always wise to make sure.
Yeah.
With Barstool.
All right, here we go.
All right, so this is
I'm just
Gruden
pissed
on the
off.
Barstool podcast.
All right. That's my hot take. I'm tired of all these injuries. We're talking about the 4th game of the season, okay? And the injuries at quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, running back, corners. All these players are not playing. Nobody plays and nobody practices. Mm-hmm. And then when you don't practice, you can't play good. You can't practice in pads either because of the collective bargaining agreement. Mm-hmm. So you don't practice, and when you do practice, you can't practice in pads. Sure. And then they don't let you practice long enough because if you practice 2 hours, you could be fired with cause. Sure. But some of these teams got to get out and practice. It pisses me off. Yeah. Because when you don't practice and you don't play, you can't run block, you can't pass block. You saw it last week. We can't even block for a field goal. Mm-hmm. How many field goals got blocked? Boom! So get these MRI machines out of the freaking place. Get out of the training room. Get out on the practice field, guys. We got too many guys hurt. It's ridiculous. If you listed the names of players that are out already, it's unprecedented the amount of injuries. And you got to find the cause of this.
It was on Facebook. It just played the next video. Good thing that didn't have any because we had one earlier that went to a video that started that.
It's the training room. They're in the training room all the time.
Yeah. Because I don't know what they're doing. They always talk about getting treatment. I do get it. It's important. But you know what? Do you think the 72 Dolphins, when they're getting treatment?
Right. Well, that's what I mean. The rehabilitation, I'm not talking about rehabbing an injury. I'm talking about doing the things to get treatment after a practice or a game. That's fine. Those are musts. But you would think that if you're doing that you would be less prone to injuries. And we're seeing so many injuries now. Now, look, everybody's bigger, stronger, faster than they've ever been in the sport in the NFL. That is certainly a fact. But I would also say to you, Pilk, he might have something to the fact that are they practicing enough? And he's not the first one to say this. I just thought it was great that his face turned beet red after as he went on the rant.
I will say this. You're not getting as many injuries in college where I think they're conditioning more than they are in the NFL. Yeah. And also a lot less turf fields in college. I think it's got a lot to do with it. Now, you're going to have injuries because, look, A, it's part of the game. B, we're bigger, faster, stronger. And like you said, the tendons and the ligaments are not stronger than they were in our bodies in the 60s and 70s, but our muscles are, so we're moving faster. That's part of it. But again, turf, lack of practice, lack of conditioning, man. Those guys are busting their tail at East Carolina over the summer. And I think in the NFL, they're just kind of jogging around with sweatpants.
When we come back, we're going to talk some golf. One of the great coaches at ECU, one of the great people in Eastern North Carolina original, the great Kevin Williams, ECU Director of Men's and Women's Golf, will be with us on the PJ Show.
The team of Flatlands Jessup is working overtime to help ensure that Eastern North Carolinians like you get the health insurance help you need this open enrollment period. New legislation passed meaning more people than ever qualify for affordable coverage. Let us help you today.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation from a real person? Right. That's what's so nice about Phelps Chevrolet. After more than 50 years serving our community, Phelps remains family-owned and operated. Mike, Daryl, Wave, West, Alan, and Clay deliver hometown service and integrity, same as always. They share your experience, they share your values, and they are ready to help with any motoring need. Come get you one.
Tired of the 1-800 numbers advertising Medicare products? Flatlands Jessup has 6 offices all throughout Eastern North Carolina. Get face-to-face help from our local award-winning licensed team. Stop by today. Flatlands Jessup, your whole world covered.
Hassle of metal braces? At Doctors Bowman Patchett and Associates, they make it easy with Invisalign, the clear, comfortable, and virtually invisible way to align your teeth. As a Gold Plus Invisalign provider, their experienced team has helped hundreds of patients. Smile with confidence and see real results without brackets or wires. Call today to schedule your free Invisalign consultation. Your perfect smile is just a call away. 252-752-1111. Doctors Bowman Patchett and Associates. Your smile is our passion.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Listen up. He's talking now.
Sorry, thought we were vibing.
The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Patrick Johnson Show. Kevin Williams, one of our favorite guests. He is the director of golf at East Carolina, and he's on the program with us after a really successful outing for the Pirates last time out. So we'll talk to him about that. And Pilk, you noticed I had a question for Coach. I went straight to the top, baby, to get what I needed. So
You did. You know how to work the room.
Kevin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. It's great, and you were smart.
Well,
you didn't ask,
the first
but
time.
you did ask, right? It was one of those
didn't ask,
questions.
but yes, I massaged it.
Yeah, you massaged it. Yeah, I love it.
Great to have Coach Williams on. What a great guy. So the Ironwood Collegiate Classic, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about both programs. I got a lot of things to talk to you about as far as the facility out there in the Harold Varner facility that's being built at Ironwood, how huge that is. I got a Johnny McGinnis question for you. But since it was just the Ryder Cup, let's just get your reaction to the overall event, the result, and I would say, too, all of the kind of off-the-course stuff that has come out here in the last few days.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks, right? And I think there's a lot of second guessing that went into it. They had a really good team. And I think Keegan was right in saying the course setup wasn't what they thought it was going to be for the U.S. team. They thought it would be better by having the rough a little bit shorter. And but we just didn't putt it particularly well the first day, so got behind the 8 ball. Played better the second day. They just played even better. So big hole, but wow, what a comeback, right? It made Sunday, okay, I'm not going to watch the Ryder Cup. And then you're on the edge of your seat until Shane Lowry. And, that celebration he had on 18 after he made that putt, number one, he's a great guy, and obviously he's a European team, but it was really neat to see his reaction and how much it means to those guys to play for something other than just themselves.
Coach, we talked about this with Brian Mull on Monday, another one of our mutual buddies.
Oh, yeah.
And we, he made a great point. The Europeans seemed to have played. They were playing not only for their country, but they were playing for each other. And we've talked about it many times with you and other guests we've had on related to golf. It's so many of those guys play now in America that I don't know if there's in fact, all of them play in America. I don't know if there's a home field advantage in the U.S. necessarily anymore. The wild crowd in New York notwithstanding.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you totally. They're so used to the grasses here because they're all playing over in the U.S. And I think in the Ryder Cups in the past, way back, obviously they didn't play the U.S. as much as the Ryder Cup Europeans play now. And so there's not much of an advantage. But it is an advantage for them when we go there because our greens tend to be faster and their greens tend to be slower. So they're more accustomed to slower greens. And so I think it helps them a lot when they play over in Europe, and it's a big advantage for them because they make sure the green speeds are slower than what we're accustomed to here in the U.S. To help them as far as the putting is concerned. Because obviously it's colder weather for the most part over there, and the conditions of the grass isn't going to be nearly as good as the conditions are in the U.S. And there's such a premium on the golf course being perfect, right? You got to have the greens smooth, you got to have the greens fast, and people get a little spoiled here, and so they're more used to kind of dealing with surfaces that aren't as smooth, aren't as fast, and I think they have a bigger advantage definitely over there than the advantage we have here in the U.S.
Yeah. Kevin Williams is with us here. McGinnis, we had him on too the week before to kind of preview it, and John says he's coming to Greenville. He wants to come to a football game next month, which I told him, let us know. We'll do what we can to really hook you up and accommodate you. But I think he's coming, he said, at the beginning of the year for something. And I'm assuming that's related to golf, ECU golf.
No, we want to bring him here. We want to make sure that, when we dedicate at Ironwood, that he's a piece of that, because obviously he's a piece of the fabric of the program men's side. And you feel the same way about John as I do. What a great guy. He's so funny. He tells incredible stories. he's a big name. I mean, people, he's not Brandon Chambly maybe and some other guys, but this guy's calling on the PGA Tour. Those guys know him well, and he's out there each week, and he's working on PGA Tour radio. He has the McGinnis and K-Track show. I mean, it's just he's out there, and we need to use him more as a university. I do think John deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he was one of the best golfers we ever had play here. He's gone on to bigger things, right? And that's obviously it's about what you accomplish while you're at ECU. He was a part of, I think, 4 straight conference championships. He was Player of the Year in the conference. I mean, very deserving, and not only what he's done outside once he's gotten his degree, and he's such a great ambassador for East Carolina, we've got to bring him back into the fold. So to speak. And I think he's living in Wilmington, so it's pretty easy to do that. And so we traded emails not long ago and talked about in November when his season winds down from him, maybe coming to the Charlotte or the Memphis game.
Yeah, I think he was saying the Memphis game was the one he was going to be able to make, is what he told. But you know that better than I do. So
no, I hadn't talked to him about that. But he was looking at the schedule, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get him in. I'd love to have him in town and see him and catch up with him at a football game. I think he'd love it. And I echo what you say. There's now 3 names that I'm going to beat the drum to get into the Hall of Fame, and McGinnis will be one of them. Cy Seymour and Terrence Copper. All 3 need to be in our Hall of Fame.
I agree with that.
The great Kevin Williams is with us here. All right, an ECU Hall of Famer is Harold Varner III, and he made a huge gift. And we've got the ECU Golf Center, Harold Varner Golf Center, that's being built out at Ironwood. I'm sure those people, too, out there love that as well. So tell us a little bit about that, Kevin, where it is. You mentioned the dedication.
Yeah, so last summer we started on the golf piece of it, which was switching the greens on the golf course from a colder weather grass, bent grass, to a more heat grass, which is Bermuda grass. And so that switch was made last summer. We opened up not only the greens at our practice facility, but the greens on the course in September. They're fantastic now. They're doing a great job on those greens. They're getting better and better each day. So it's been a little bit over a year, 13 months since they opened. We had our home tournament here this past week. So the golf piece was first. We had to get some irrigation changes, some drainage changes. We added a green. We made our footprint was with the golf, hitting balls and chipping and putting was at the south end of the range. Well, we made that totally all short game. And then on the north end is where everybody hits balls from, which is the clubhouse end. And starting soon, hopefully this month, it sounds like 38 for the golf teams. So women's locker rooms, a lounge area, offices, and hitting bays. We'll have 3 hitting bays. Okay. So we're super excited about that, and that's what the dedication will be. We'll dedicate the whole facility, obviously, but we'll do it when we get the clubhouse done. And so that's a really exciting time for not only for me, for the program, but obviously the players. The student athletes are super excited about it. And except for the seniors, they won't be around. But the rest of the team members they're super excited about it.
Well, knowing you, I know if those seniors want to come back and play,
well, they will
avail themselves of the facility. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what went down over the weekend. You guys played a 36-hole second day. And wound up with a pretty convincing victory. You're 8 shots clear of your closest competitor in the team award. And as you said, everybody kind of came together. But I want to ask you about Philip Lindbergh Bondestad. He has won now 2 straight events. He was 11 under. But either Ryder Cup team would have loved to have had him the way he's playing.
Yeah, he could. He could help them a lot. Yeah, and he had 2 double bogeys. So Philip's playing really. Philip's been great for us for 4 years. When he leaves here, he'll be probably either ahead of Harold or just behind him in the career stroke average. He's been really close to winning his first 3 years. You know, it's hard, right? It's hard to win golf tournaments. And so winning last week obviously made this week easier, if that makes sense, you know, because he's done it. You know, he's opened the door. He can win more. I mean, he entered most tournaments, Patrick, as the best ball striker in the field. Doesn't mean you're going to win, but he's that elite a ball striker. If you see Mike Steele sometime, Mike played with him in our fundraiser in August, and he was just raving about Phillip and his ball striking. And he is. I mean, he's an elite ball striker, and that he had a chance to win was great, winning back-to-back. You know, hopefully he'll keep going and maybe win one or two more. So playing at a high level. I told John Gilbert a story. It was funny. When I came back in the summer of 21, so started July 1st, started making calls. He was one of our first calls. I think he was I know, called Gray Mitchum, Greenville guy, right? And then Phillip Bondestad and Lucas Augustin, who actually played here for 2 years and then transferred to Clemson. But Phillip was one of his first couple of calls, and we just connected, and we're lucky to have him. He's been a very good leader for us. He works really hard. He made a big change last year. He was kind of burning the candle at both ends, really pushing real hard to be successful, and he realized that it was hurting him, that you've got to have another outlet. You can't just be golf. You can't define yourself by your golf score. And so he got into fitness a little bit. And I'm telling you, he went to, I mean, gosh knows, he looks great. He's strong. He's been swimming, which is it. So he's using the student rec center, and he's swimming laps in his downtime. So his swimming has really helped him a lot. And I think it's helped him mentally more than anything else, right? Because he's had a release away from golf. And I think that's been the biggest shift. Instead of out here grinding for 8 hours, he's now out here for a few hours, right? And it's more quality practice time than just how long can I stay out here because I have to do this, you know. And I think he's found the right balance mentally that's helping him a lot right now.
ECU golf coach Kevin Williams. So with Phillip, I know he's majoring, I think, in finance, which is pretty heady stuff, you know, right there. What would you project for him beyond East Carolina? I mean, does he have any interest in trying to pursue this professionally?
Yeah, he does. He's back home, and you know, he'll obviously try for the DP World Tour over in Europe. Most of those guys, if they don't make it, they play the Challenge Tour. He actually won a professional event not this past summer, the summer before.
Okay.
And it was a tournament in Denmark. Beat a lot of really good players from the Challenge Tour and stuff. And to be honest, that actually changed his expectations, right? So he came in last fall. He was pushing. And at the end of last fall, he was out. He was just, you could see it. His mind was fried. And in November, he took 30 days off, didn't touch a golf club. And it was during that time that he made this mental switch, that he went to swimming, that he went to his fitness, he went to eating differently. And it really has made a big difference for him to have something other than golf. And so, you know, he's about 10 months into this new switch, and I think it's paying off for him. He had a great spring for us last spring, and then obviously coming in this fall on all cylinders.
That's awesome. Well, the team also won with a 23 under score. So obviously, you know, Phillip's 11 under helped with that. But, man, you got to have some guys really playing well to run away and hide like you guys did.
Well, it was great. You know, when we beat UCF, a former conference foe who's now in the Big 12, so that makes it even sweeter. They finished second. And but, you know, really what was really neat about it, we had two local guys, Holden Rucker, who went to Farmville Central High School, and Luke Mosley, who's both of them are sophomores. Luke Mosley went to Greenville Rose. So having those two guys on the team, and they made a big contribution this past week into our success. Fellow senior Davis DeLilly has really had a good summer and came in with a lot of confidence, and he's played better He didn't play as good as he liked the first two tournaments, but obviously being at home, he was a little more comfortable, and I think that was great. I tell you, to be honest, Patrick, it's nice to have home tournaments early in the year because everybody gets to play. And generally speaking, you're going to play pretty well at your home course. And it's a confidence boost, right? Now, why do they schedule in football? You schedule a lesser team, right? Why do we schedule Campbell, right? In football, you're trying to get some confidence, right? You want to get a win. You want everybody to get a chance to play. And it's the same thought with us having a home tournament. We want everybody to play, and we want to feel good about ourselves when we get through with the event.
What's next for the men's team, Kevin?
Yeah, 2 weeks from now, we go to Burlington, playing Elon's tournament at Alamance Country Club, and then we finish up the fall 2 weeks after that at Kilmarnock near the Outer Banks. In a tournament that Old Dominion hosts, which so an hour and a half from campus, but they've been hosting it 30-some years. Unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
And so actually Harold set the school record for lowest score in a tournament, 20 under par. He shot 196, 20 under par at Kilmarnock about, I don't know, what year was that? 2011. Yeah, 2011. So 14 years ago. So, but yeah, so it's that's an event, the last event of the fall for us.
All right, and then the women have one more event near the end of the month, I guess. So
we host this weekend. Well, we host this weekend at Greenville Country Club. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday. That's okay. Monday and Tuesday we host at Greenville Country Club, and then we finish up at the end of the month at down in South Carolina. We haven't played well on the women's side. I mean, we've got a bunch of people back from last year. We're just every team is different, right? And haven't really found out. Right now on our women's side, we don't have a lot of firepower, right? So you're trying to figure out, in baseball, you're going to butt somebody over or whatever. We got to play small ball. And so we got to figure out what's the best way. And really, to be honest, beginning of the year, you're trying to find, the right lineup. So we travel with 5 people, and we've got 9 pretty good players. But, some people play better in tournaments than others, right? So we got to find the right one. That's kind of what we're struggling with right now.
All right, so Monday and Tuesday, the Pirate Collegiate Classic at Greenville Country Club. Give us the primer on that for the women.
Yeah, so we're actually probably the strongest field we've ever had. 15 schools are coming in. University of Louisville's coming in, and they were 40th in the country last year, so we're really excited to have them playing. A lot of local schools, High Point, which won last year, and they're a very good team turning. They're coming as well. So we're excited. The 15 schools are playing. We'll play 36 holes on Monday, and then the final round will be 18 holes on Tuesday.
Well, we'll keep up with that, see how you all do for sure. And you got Cato still out there, and then Coach Carson, I see, still with you. So that's good.
Yeah. So we kind of made a shift. I guess a couple of falls ago, we went to, like, Mike's main responsibility is the men's side. Catherine's is on the women's side, and that's really worked out well for us. So we're excited with how the staff is working and how Cato and Catherine are doing for us.
Pilkington's going crazy. He wants me to wrap up the segment, but Pilk, you got.
I did not say that. I just gave you a time update. Are you kidding me?
We gotta get. See, this is what you don't know about Kevin. Not only is he a great guy, one of our favorite guests, he's a big Pirate fan. This isn't some. He's been a Pirate guy even when he wasn't getting a check. So, what do you think of the football so far? Football team, man. What a I don't know if you've been able to make, because the schedule I know running both programs during the fall is a little dicey sometimes. You got to travel and all that, but what have you been able to see, and what do you think of the job Blake's done so far?
Well, I think the world of Blake Harold. I think he's the right person to lead our program. I did like Mike Houston, but you and I both know, being from this area, Eastern North Carolina is different, man. I tell you, and it's finding the right person to lead us, and I feel really good about Blake. I do think the pieces are in place for us to have a good year. I fully expect us to contend for a conference championship. I really thought, to be honest, I told a lot of people, I really felt like we could beat BYU. I think we just made didn't make the right plays, and timing's everything right. The interception rate before halftime, it happens. But Hauser looks great. I see the impressive part to me is the defense. And I saw where Aldrich was named assistant coach of the week, I guess. I thought that was a great move, him coming in. His style and Blake are very similar, right? And I really like and I'm excited about how the defense has played, because I think there was a question mark going into the year. Yeah, and I've been super impressed. I mean, I thought State came out. They had a big size deal, but I think we've combated the size piece by being a little bit quicker, because, we've always been a little undersized, right? Yeah. And but you got to figure out, different ways to skin a cat. And I think we've kind of figured out what we can do and close up some gaps. And I like the job Blake did as obviously a defensive coordinator, and I think he's doing a fantastic job as a head coach. No, he's a great representative of our university, and like you, just a great guy. So a lot of the coaches, it's a real pleasure to deal with a lot of them. We got some good people in here on things. So I agree. Well, hey, good luck. I'm sorry on the punting it off the side of my foot to borrow, or shaking my T-ball. That's okay. I do it every day. Yeah, I didn't look closely at the date on that. For some reason, I knew you had a tournament last weekend. In my mind, I thought, okay, well, the women played in Greenville last weekend, but they were elsewhere. They were on the road, finishing. Yeah, they were in Nashville. Yeah. Well, that that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. All right.
Problem is, Patrick, live radio is like a tournament where you don't get a mulligan.
I know, no mulligan. No mulligan. Coach would have.
You'll still get a hat. You'll still get a hat, Patrick.
All right. That's all I'm after here. All right, I'm a cheap date in that regard. So, hey, Kevin, I know we'll see you soon, and let me know when John's going to be, which game he goes to, because I'd love to catch up with him and say hi to him. It's been a few years
I'll get in touch with him now that you said that you talked to him, and I'll see what he's planning and make sure we get him some good seats for the game.
Get him some good seats. Get him some good parking. Get him some barbecue. Maybe a sudsy beverage for old John, and I think life will be good. So
he'll be happy. That's right.
He will be very happy, yes. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Great to talk to you. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it a lot. Have a great day. See you.
The great Kevin Williams with us. Awesome. Great stuff there. All right. We're going to hit a break, come back, and set the table for the remainder of the week.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
At Parker's Barbecue, our family has been serving your family for 3 generations.
For that, we say thank you.
Blessing families every Thursday. Kids eat free all day. That's the Parker's way.
Legendary food served from our 3 locations.
Always quick, always delicious. That's the Parker's way.
At Parker's, our mission is to impact our customers through Christ-like service in a way that feeds them both physically and spiritually. That is the Parker's way.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Storm season is approaching. North Carolina weather can damage your roof, and before long, a small leak can turn into a big problem. Your home is one of your biggest investments, so protect it with Wells Home Improvements.
We work with all insurance companies for a hassle-free roof installation experience. Call us today and get 10% off your roof installation when you mention this commercial.
252-227-8403 or visit us online at wellshomeimprovements.com. Wells Home Improvements. Local, honest,
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arrgh!
Meet the Kawasaki Nav, our first ever personal transportation vehicle designed for cruising the good life. The Kawasaki Nav 4E puts the fun in functional, with a premium, sporty design and comfort for the whole family. Fully electric and loaded with storage, modern tech and more, the Kawasaki Nav won't just wow you, it'll wow the neighbors. Be the first to nav the neighborhood. Visit Ron Ayers Motorsports, north of the airport on Memorial Drive, Greenville.
And now, the stunning conclusion. Why is everyone screaming? On 94.3 The Game.
All right, great to have Kevin Williams on. Top 9 and the Padres leading the Cubbies 3-0. Pilk, how you feeling about tonight? You think your boys are going to get batted around, you say?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be terrible. It's just they got a lot of good lefties in this lineup, a lot of lefties we didn't see last night due to Crochet being on the mound. And Bayo's been known to get hit hard. When he's on, but I think they're going to rough him up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. It seems to be one of those games where Boston's chasing the whole time. Like I said, I'm thinking like 5-2, 6-2. And then you go to Game 3 tomorrow, and, anything can happen in a Game 7 setting. So not saying they won't win tonight, but yeah. Last night was big. That's what I got to say.
So we will be preempted tomorrow, Coach Logan and Pilk. I hope it's not a Game 3 for you tomorrow, Pilk.
Yeah.
To run the Logan zone.
The good thing is, hopefully I'd only miss about 3. I mean, I'll have it on in there. Coach can talk. It's not like there's a lot of back and forth. Yeah.
He goes on these soliloquies, story time with Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you.
Henry's never, as long as I'm doing my job, I think during the shows, I think he knows I have my iPad up sometimes, NCAA tournament during your show and I go show, it happens, but it's part of it, We're sports guys. Got to watch the dang game.
Yep. And then let me see here. Friday we will be back. Will Bland, J.H. Rose coach, we'll have an interview with him. Rose will start their conference season on Friday night, as they will host South Central. They're also celebrating the 50th anniversary state championship team from 75 this weekend, and we will have more on that in the coming weeks, but it'll be Will Bland, our guest, as they are coming off the open week, and we'll try to do what they did last year, get hot during the second half of the year and find themselves to maybe make a postseason run. We're also going to have Mike Mullis talking baseball on Friday. So,
that'd be a perfect day. Recap the wild card, preview the DS.
No off position on the genius switch, Pilk.
Let's not get carried away, but I appreciate it.
So there,
I'll take compliments where I can get them.
Yes, Well, that was meant for me. Anyway.
I thought you meant that I was smart enough to figure it out, but yes, you're right.
No,
it was for
no,
you. You booked your guests
well. It was a great piece of strategery, as they say back home. Strateger, actually say in Greene County. Strategery for bringing on Mully at the time.
You're going to say it like that. You got to say it with a stronger accent. Strategery.
Yeah.
Have that draw.
You've heard it before.
I have.
Thanks to Kevin Williams for being with us. I'll see you in the morning on Talk of the Town, and Pilk will see you tomorrow on Hoist the Colors Radio. And we'll be back Friday for more Fun and Frivolity, Patrick Johnson's show on that day. We'll also have Rose at South Central on the radio for you Friday night. 6:50 airtime, 7 o'clock from Percy Daniels Stadium. All right, have a great rest of your evening. Put on the old rally cap for the Cubbies here, see what they can do as the Padres try to even the series.